England need a manager, and some people say you'd be a great choice. If the FA came to you, what would you say?
They haven't come to me, and my message would be very, very similar to what it's been to any job that I've been in. I'm absolutely committed here, love the job. I've got a lot more work to do here first.
Nevertheless, it's England. Would that not appeal to you at some point?
Well, I think I've said in many interviews, the England job I think is the ultimate job, but you know, I've signed players very recently here, pledged a future to them, the season, how it's going to unfold, and I can't turn my back on it. It's all hypothetical, of course, but I couldn't turn my back on this club and the people that employ me, the loyalty they've shown me. I need to show in return.
But even last night, people like Owen Hargreaves were saying, you know, with you in charge, England could win something in 6 to 8 years. A lot of people are saying that you're the man.
Well, that's very nice of them to say so, but it has no bearing on my thoughts and what my aims are, is to lead this club forward, to try and progress into the Premier League, to try and improve on last season. That's my only thought.
What did you make of the way Sam Allardyce's tenure finished?
Yeah, very disappointing, very sad, I think. When someone loses their job for non-footballing reasons, I think it's a real shame. You know, it's been a difficult week for English football. You know, I think the team needed consistency. The FA had chosen Sam as their man to lead the team forward, and I think it was the right appointment. So I think I'm really saddened for English football, because the team will suffer from this point.
He said that entrapment won. Do you have any sympathy with the way he finished that?
I think that's very difficult for me to comment on. I don't know the full story. I don't think anyone really does. I think, you know, I'm not going to comment on that. Corruption in football has no place. That's certainly my stance. I'm sure everyone would agree with me on that. But the way that Sam's left his job, I don't know.
And as you say, corruption is a subplot to all this. There's talk about bungs in the Premier League. What's your feeling on that? Have you ever been offered a bung or a sweetener by an agent to do a deal?
Certainly not. No, I mean, the structure of this football club is I pick the players with the recruitment team, and then someone else does the financial deals with the agents, deals with the contracts, etc. So I'm removed from the financial dealings with the football club, and I think it suits me that way. I want to be on the training pitch with the players. That's my only concern.
So when you hear talk of 8 Premier League managers or former managers, you know, taking bungs, do you think that's credible?
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I think it'd probably be something. My guess would be it might be historical. It might be, you know, people looking back. Because I think most football clubs would work how we work now. That would be my guess, without knowing the inner workings of every team. I would imagine that most managers now would be removed from the deals.
Some people are saying that Arsene Wenger, you know, might be a great next choice too. Would you like the next England manager to be English? Is it important that it's an English appointment?
I've always said my preference would be that the England manager is English. That would be my preference. But I think sometimes situations occur, circumstances are such that there might not be the right candidate. He might not be available, so they might have to look elsewhere. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. We've obviously gone down the non-English route before and had limited success with it. So, you know, it's a difficult choice for the FA.
So you're saying, just to sum it up, not now, but possibly at some point, if I'm asked?
Yeah, it sounds quite arrogant, but obviously I'm answering your question. I'm not interested in the job now. Who knows what happens in the future? You can never predict.
Just on Bournemouth, your chairman's been saying that Jack Wilshere wants to be made a permanent signing. I know it's early days, but would you agree with that kind of sentiment?
Well, I think obviously we'd love to sign a player of Jack's quality here. I think it's unrealistic. I think Jack is here for a season's loan. And as I said earlier, you can never draw a line and say it's impossible. It could never happen. But realistically, I think the only focus for ourselves and for Jack is to get the best out of him, for him to stay fit and enjoy the season.
Do you sense so from his mood and speaking to him that he might be amenable to the idea?
No, I think he's very much focusing on the short-term objectives, which is playing games, finding his very best form. I think the signs are against Everton that when he does get to that point, it's going to be really exciting for us, because I think he's an incredibly talented player. But in terms of looking too far ahead, I don't think anyone should do that.
It's Watford away. Any team news, injury issues affecting the selection?
Josh King has done some light training this week. He had a hamstring problem, so we're hopeful that he's not too bad and will be in contention. Mark Hughes improving from his hamstring problem, so he'll be still a couple of weeks away, I'd imagine. apart from that, we're okay.
And just finally on this game, you've both got identical records, you're going back-to-back league wins. How do you see this one?
Tight game. I think Watford are a very good team at home. They've had some really tough fixtures. They've all Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United. They managed to beat them in their last home game. So, yeah, I think they're strong. And I think they've got some very good front players. I think we speak about that every time we play Watford. So we're well aware of their threat.
Thanks.
With those two front players, is it a different challenge because they're two strikes, or are they actually just playing as a rather more common sort of 9 and 10?
Yeah, they're a little bit of everything. I think they sometimes play together, very high up on the line, and they've also got a physical threat as well, a direct threat. So long balls, Beanie and Gala, they're both very good in the air. But then at times, one off or both will drop in and help them play. So they have the ability to do everything, and I think that makes them a quite fearsome proposition.
Last season they scored something like 70% of Watford's goals. This season they seem to be spreading the goals around. Does that make them more threatening, less predictable?
I think they've changed their system slightly, so they've gone back to playing 3 at the back, and that suits the 2 up front. It means they have less defensive responsibilities. With Kapui coming from deep, he scored a number of goals from arriving late in the box, so yeah, they've goals shared around their team.
We've seen 3 at the back every now and then. You tried it here against Preston. Watford seems to be doing it very, very well though, don't they?
Well, they've done it. Yeah, they've done it before. They had a spell a few years ago where I think they played it for a couple of seasons consistently, and I think whenever you play a system for that length of time, you become very accustomed to it. It can be very successful for you. And I think they had the players that suited the system and vice versa. So they've gone back to it. It's interesting. Every time we played Watford back in the Championship season, I thought we had some really good games. Their system against ours, and I'm sure it's been no different.
Why did you try 3 at the back the other day? Is there something you're going to bring in again? What benefits does it give you?
No, we tried 3. It didn't work very well. We tried 3 at the back. We had no right back basically. So it was a case of trying to accommodate the players we had, trying to make the team that could function on the day. And as I said, it didn't work. So we have used it more as a changing game, more when we're chasing a game at 1-0 down or need a goal. It's a really good system to get 2 up front and to try and get back in the game that way.